boy. You heard me. Dumbass. You heard me. No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady. I already said it to his face. Dumbass.
Yeah, that opening scene means something, right? And I know you're going to be wondering something. Why Kefka and that guy, right? What's the comparison? And exactly why am I comparing that loser to Kefka? Because I want to talk about this, and I really have no other analogy to use besides JRPGs, because who am I besides the JRPG guy? It's fascinating, because when we're talking about black culture, we're talking about something completely different than just white versus black. We're talking about complete evisceration of people's rights, opportunities, and just pure existence. For years, to this day, we still have issues. And that motherfucker right there is a prime example of why we have issues. It is not the word, slightly. The word, of course, is meant to provoke a reaction, to make somebody angry, to truly make someone hurt. Because why are you truly saying the word? Right? We're going to do a deep dive into two different Final Fantasy characters that I feel prove my point in spades. That being Barret. And no, it's not because he's black. It's because of what the game does to Barret. And two, Kefka. Kefka does a great job of expressing the villainous aspects of what I'm trying to present here. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Now, sorry, I'm going to get into tangents here. Trust me, I don't want to get into tangents, but I know how my mind works. I can't control the neurodivergency. It's just a part of my skull, so forgive me if I lose track of things. So I'm going to do my best to organize this video in a proper way. Let's get into it. Now, Barret. He is the pain, the profit, and the performance. Everybody remembers Barret Wallace for being loud. Big gun arm, bigger mouth, anger that fills every room he walks into. Easy stereotype, easy headline, easy clip. Look at him. He's aggressive, he's emotional, he's dangerous. Sound familiar? But that is just the surface of things. Because people love judging the fire. But they don't ask who's the one who lit the match in the first place. And who lit the match for Barret? Barret did not wake up angry. A system extracted everything it could from his home. Burned the ground hollow, took people, took safety, took trust, and then he became loud about it. And that became the thing people focused on. Not the harm, not the theft, not the wound, the reaction. Somebody throws hate from a car window. Somebody pokes at an old wound because they think it's funny, because it gets laughs, because it gets views, because cruelty performs well. And they watch your reaction like they're ringside at a fight they started. And suddenly your reaction becomes the fucking headline. Barret is a reminder of what the system does to you. And he fights the system the entire time. He's a great example of a character that was designed not via this, but via this. His heart, his determination, his love, and his passion, and yes, his aggressiveness, isn't everything that this character is. Yes, they put a lot of masculine traits and a lot of bolstering, aggressive energy into him, but he's more than that. You see that with Marlene. Marlene is a great example of just how much of a man he is, because masculinity isn't just as simple as being loud, aggressive, and strong. It's being kind. It's being loving. It's being understanding. And he has a hard time understanding things. It's shown in so many scenes and lines. Barret has flaws, but he also has a lot of strengths, and that's what makes him human. We should all strive to be a lot more like Barret in some ways. To fight when you really don't feel like you have anything. To find the strength to move forward. To be a leader. He's a great character. But he's also a great example of what I'm trying to present here. Now, let's get to Kefka. And above all of that, there's always a Kefka palooza. Not literally, but spiritually. Somebody laughing while communities burns. Somebody turning pain into performance. Somebody learning that outrage prints money faster than honesty ever could. Someone who discovers that if you cross enough boundaries, enough people will defend your right to keep crossing them. Even when everybody knows exactly what you're doing. That's not bravery, people. That, my friends, is marketing. Pain is the product. Reaction is distribution. Rage is engagement. Division is monetization. And suddenly, cruelty has shareholders. Kefka is a great example of what the system can do to you, how it can corrupt. He was designed to destroy the world, and he did it. His cruelty was something that was designed into him. He was made that way. From the way that he was taught, he was just designed to destroy. Power. Pain. Because even he showed human qualities of trying to understand what his pain was. He didn't understand his design, but he understood what it took to make it happen. He's an interesting character only because of the fact that he's not only a great villain, he's a misunderstood one. And we're all misunderstood. Even this loser right here. He's misunderstood. We're misunderstanding exactly why he's doing what he's doing every single day. Because he's using his power. He's using what was given to him. He's using what he was birthed with. And he's using the people above who support him and give him the credibility he does not deserve and bolster him up to make him into a prophet of sorts. What are we using now? He uses religion. Now, my take on that is you do what you want. I don't think religion needs to be coming into it, but it is used as a very powerful barrier, a very strong, powerful tool, because all you have to say is, well, I'm doing this in God's name. And all of a sudden, all the logic and emotional distribution that comes from your argument is shut down because God says so. Look, I'm not here to get into a religious debate, but that is what he does. That is no way to go about having a conversation about race politics, especially since you're doing something in a very dumb way. We are supporting these people, kick streamers, because it's very easy to use them to showcase a point of view that is misunderstood, even though it's been understood for years now. It's a way to keep us down and to make us feel worse than we already are. We're already struggling. And now you're going to be taking away what we earned. This is getting very grim, people. In a lot of old RPGs, there's always a cursed item. The stats look incredible, the aura is nasty, the description basically says, hey, maybe don't put this thing on your body unless you're ready for consequences. And there's always somebody who looks at it and says, but why can't I use it? Not because they need it, not because the story gets better, not because the world is healed by them touching the forbidden thing. They want it because someone told them no. That is how a lot of people treat the N-word. They dress it up as free speech. They dress it up as comedy. They dress it up as an anti-woke rebellion, old school politics, edgy humor, whatever mask fits the damn thumbnail. But after a while, you have to ask yourself this very simple question. Why do you want it so badly? Because from where I'm standing, I'm a black man. I'm a mixed black man, by the way. It does not look like freedom from my perspective. It looks like bait, money. It is compensation. Nowadays, people like him, they literally get compensation for their racism, for their opportunistic behavior. And maybe from his perspective and from his mind and his heart, he's doing something righteous and good. Because really, as human beings, we're not really doing something from a harmful perspective, right? Nobody is built in a way that has completely eviscerated their mindset and made them feel like they're less than, built roads above their societies, put them in places where they will get fired because of the noise that are around. They ain't getting any sleep. Highways, that's never happened before. And then you blame the black man. You blame the reaction? Why are you blaming the reaction when you provocated it? Because that reaction is going to get them in a place where they already are designed to be. A prison cell, a fast food job, minimum wage, a place where you can keep them down and make them feel worse every step of the way. And it's all skin color. Especially social media nowadays. It's all about money. It's all about what you can get from it. The man is making bank. Regardless of if you like him or not, the dude is making money off of your reactions, off of your rage, off of you being triggered by one word. But it's not about the word, it's about what's behind the word. Honestly, if you're talking from my perspective, I don't hate when people say the word. I don't care that much. But it's the reason why you're saying the damn word to begin with. Why are you letting the word fuck with you so much? Why are you saying it to begin with? What's the reason? You know you have power. You know that it's some sort of forbidden fruit you can't taste. And because you can't have it, you want it. You want the forbidden treasure behind this stupid box that is given to you in your own make-believe fucked up head. And this is why division is consistent. Because we never look at it from a community point of view. We are always at odds. I am an example of what happens when you are not at odds. My pure existence as a half-white, half-black man. I am an example of what happens when you blend communities together and you take down those barriers of black, white, left, right. But we will never get to a point where we are all on the same page because that's humankind. Mankind is always going to be at odds. But what about you? What do you stand for? Are you capable of listening to the other side? Or are you capable of just being a human being? Look, I'm just a black nerd who enjoys video games, Dungeons and Dragons, and a lot of other shit. So I don't even know where to start when it comes to my own point of view on this. But I feel like the best examples I can give to you are the shit that I know. You know? I've lived through a lot. My mom's white. My dad's black. My dad wasn't around. Oh, Well, his dad wasn't around. Proves my point. See, that's the things they're going to use. They're going to use stereotypes. I guarantee you, if this video blows up, it's going to be in the comments somewhere. Well, stereotypical. As if it's some sort of funny joke that still resides from the 80s and 90s. We're past that point of view. I grew up in the 90s. I lived it. I lived with many barriers and many labels being thrown my way. For a long time in high school, I was given the name mulatto, and I had no idea what that meant. Until I was 30 years old, did I know what the word mulatto meant. And mulatto is a word used for mixed people, and it was a racial slur. That was my nickname in high school. A racial slur. I didn't know that. I'm not proud of that. I thought it was just a fun nickname. That's what happens when ignorance is bliss. When we don't think about exactly what values you have, what matters to you. What matters to you? That man knows what matters to him. He's showcasing it, and he's saying what he thinks is right. He's wrong. That's my point of view. Where have we gone, people? I'm not asking people to be perfect. I'm not asking for anything besides basic human thought. If somebody tells you something hurts them, why is it your first instinct to fight for your right to keep doing that? What are you really trying to gain? Respect? No. Understanding? I don't think so. Money? Maybe. Attention? Definitely. Or maybe being told no makes you feel like you're losing power. Everyone's literally throwing around the hard R's nowadays. They're being blatant about all of it. They're not hiding anymore. They're choosing what side they live on. They are choosing to be this way. They're choosing to cross boundaries. They're choosing to say, I don't care. Let me throw around a word I know it's going to hurt your feelings because I know that has power. We have lost the way. And until we look within, until we actually try to bitch community, until we look to be human again, we will always look like Neanderthals to them. We will always look like chimps to them. Let's do better. And I'm not talking about just black people, or white people, or Hispanic people, or tan people, or Indian people. I don't care what you are. This applies in every way. Look at your fellow human beings and realize we're just asking for basic, decent human respect. If you cannot provide that, then I'm sorry, you do not deserve a platform. You don't. And I would be misguided not to use my voice, to speak in a direction that is honest, true, and important to my own values. And if you don't like that, that's fine. You have your own opinions. That's why you have this country. Free rights, right? Please, let's do better. Much love.